OnChain. Hey, OnChain Revolution, Bitcoin not an illusion. Market recaps and I do a roll call. You're not bullish in the vocal. Look at the price action, yeah, send it to the deck. Sell it through the stack. Order knows the best. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to read. If you end up bearish, gotta put the knee pad. Let me see the comments. Look at the fear and greed index. Bridge, look at the chart.
Welcome back to OnChain Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin crypto ecosystem. What's up, guys? We have an amazing show for you guys today. We're going to have the great guys from Jungle on and Bitcoin Derby. It's going to be a real fun one, guys. If you don't know, Jungle, previously Foxxi AI, has rebranded. And it's actually a lot more than that. So we're going to dig into exactly what that is and go step by step into the huge journey that they're about to take on. I mean, we're talking gaming, guys, gaming here on Bitcoin, and it's probably going to be cross-chain as well. It's going to be something absolutely amazing. So we're going to dig right into that. But without further ado, let's bring my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
I was in the backstage waiting. Now, what's up, everybody? I'm excited for today.
What's going on, man? So Foxxi, now Jungle, they brought on Bitcoin Derby. It's a lot. It's a lot going on.
It is a lot going on, but this team, I believe, is well equipped for this transition of the rebrand. It was a smooth rebrand, similar to ours, right? It was really smooth. Not too many people were like, "Hey, what's going on?" And I think that's because of their involvement with their community and just being constantly, in the Bitcoin ecosystem. And so, I'm excited about it. They're still very, involved in building out the metaverse on Bitcoin, the Bitverse, and then also their first person shooter game, Cypher Striker. And now, extending and building this ecosystem of games for the Bitcoin ecosystem. So I'm excited to see how this is all going to kind of work together and what the grand plan is for the future.
Yeah, 100%. And it's exciting, right? You got something like Bitcoin Derby there now, a horse racing game, got AI mixed into it, Foxxi, and they rebranded it from the Foxxi AI now Jungle, so they're definitely in the AI game as well. We've been playing Cypher Striker for a while now, and it's been fun, it's been exciting, and looking forward to updates with that. But without further ado, let's bring up the team. Let's bring up the Jungle team. We have Aaron, we have Higuanna. Guys, welcome back to OnChain Revolution. Thank you so much for being here.
Hey guys, thank you for having us.
Yo, good to see you guys again.
Yeah,
this feels like home.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, the homies having a bit of fun. We are just missing the beer. I brought tea today, though.
You guys there you go.
Sometimes
green tea. I try green tea.
I like green tea.
For me is good for caffeine replacement. If you're drinking too much coffee, you can kind of replace it for that. But you guys have been pretty busy as of late. I know, Higuanna, you traveled to Vegas. You got really connected with some of the builders there. Aaron, you're constantly trying to kind of, pull all the strings from above in terms of make sure all the coordinations being handled correctly from developers all the way to, just other people on your team. But, let's kind of kick things off, if you don't mind. This transition from Foxxi to Jungle. Let's start with Aaron. What was the transition like, and what was the reasoning for kind of this rebrand?
No, absolutely. So as everyone knows, Foxxi has been around for a long time. We've been developing, literally focused on gaming and metaverse. We started pushing towards AI. I think it's been close to about a year or so, a year and a half so now. And so the transition from Foxxi to Jungle really came along when we wanted to make all this AI technology. When we met Higuanna, actually, he offered an interesting idea, which was adding AI to horses and tracks and the environment itself. So we thought that was really interesting. We're like, yeah, that's definitely possible, especially on this framework that we've been working on and building ourselves. So right now we have fully developed the framework where you can actually develop your own a 2D game, a simpler game right now, and we're really far along for the 3D game framework as well. And some of the things that we use is here on Bitcoin Derby and Cypher Striker. We use our framework to help develop some of these things. But the idea is, AI is the future, for everything that we do. So if we can facilitate people to create their own games, you know, if you're maybe a new person or if you're a developer as well, you can facilitate this and join the communities. That was always the goal of Foxxi, anyways, as you guys know from the beginning with Bitverse. So if we can facilitate that and get everyone's communities together, I think it's a great thing to do, and that's what we've been working on, and really we've been achieving quite well.
There were so many common denominators between those two teams. We kept finding ourselves sharing similar spaces, events, even sitting on panels or spaces like this, and coming to the conclusion that, hey, hang on a minute, we seem to be building the same thing. What if we could pull these things together, pull these teams together, and create this massive activation plan where we get both teams, we get both ideas, but we build a common, better product that serves everything that we do. And that's where the whole idea of jungle came about. And even I remember as if it was today, the two of us plus a couple of other guys from the core team sitting down. I think we were in Dubai, thinking what we're gonna call this thing, and we had to think about something that was organized chaos. The idea was to where can you go and you can find, concrete or plants, aliens or animals, and anything is possible. It's jungle. You have concrete jungles. You have an alien jungle. You have a earth jungle. Anything is possible in there. Anything can jump at you. Hence the name.
Alien jungles. I'm curious where we're where we're going to see one of
It
these.
can go anywhere.
Avatar.
There's so much to uncover. It's that the idea is that we depart from the same principle. The principle is this amazing AI framework that Aaron and Ordi, which you guys have met before in this show, and those guys have come up with something that's unique. There's people out there today creating frameworks where you can deploy AI agents and they can be tokenized and so on, but they are specifically for some use cases. They are often seen as speculation. What you're trying to do here with this is here is a set of environments with fully controlled templates that work within this framework that anyone like you guys can get in. You can decide, okay, what kind of game do I want to create? Do I want to create a racing game? Do I want to create a boxing game? And you're going to have all these templates that will help you and walk you through this process of generating your original game. At that point, you can deploy it on Jungle, which is an aggregator for any games that people create in it, or even created games that people want to bring to this platform, and you can tokenize it. So you're launching your game, you're launching your token with the help of AI, with absolutely zero coding skills and zero technical skills. You just need your idea. And even if you think, oh, I have some interesting ideas, but I have no idea if people are going to like it, just follow the template. Choosing the basics will ensure that you are creating an experience that people are going to enjoy. And out of it, you will create something that probably in the real world, if you had to pay for it, would cost you a ton. Imagine creating even the most basic game today. If you create something like, I don't know, Snake.io, and you put multiple players in there, and you tokenize it, and you deploy it in a platform, and you do marketing for it, it's going to cost. And
Yeah.
you can do all that in one single platform, a platform that will have, alongside your games, other flagship games. So when you deploy a game, you're going to have Cypher Strike in there. You're going to have Bitcoin Derby in there. You're going to have other interesting things that are coming in the next couple of weeks. So, we'll dig into this hopefully in this episode as well.
Yeah, I mean that was something that I thought of initially when I heard Jungle rebrand. It's kind of like an ecosystem, right? And it kind of reminds me of Treasure DAO, except for the next evolution of that kind of Treasure DAO that's on Arbitrum. They have their magic token that's like their it's like their game platform currency with all these games within it that can use that within each other, right? So you guys take this a step forward and say just Launchpad as well. So not only do you have to be like this excellent, you don't have to be an excellent coder anymore. You can launch your game in your ecosystem and kind of benefit mutually with each other by kind of helping each other grow that ecosystem. Does that sound about right?
Exactly.
Perfectly put.
Awesome.
So when you think about a system or a platform where you have to create, play, and when you create, you tokenize your, let's call it content. I think it's a bit dangerous sometimes to just keep using the word game, because if you think of perhaps the most similar thing that you have out there to what we want to build, which is Roblox, right? Roblox business model is user generated content. Some of that content is games, some of it is a VR experience. You enter in there, you see yourself inside it. And in there, you have a subscription, right? So you pay with Robux, and if you enjoy it, maybe you want to buy a different skin, then there is a collection. And guess what's going to happen? Every time that you have one of those experiences in Roblox, they're going to take around 30% of everything you make. And if you deploy a collection in there, they may take up to 70% of it. Now, what we are doing is we are completely decentralizing the experience. You decide what your game is going to look like. You don't need to make it look like with the same little dolls, square dolls every time. You can make them look different. They can be horses, they can be space invaders, they can be flies, they can be anything. And when you are deploying that content, you can choose, okay, am I going to have a token or not? Oh, wait, I want to have a token. Let me deploy it. Oh, I want my token to be somewhere where there's liquidity. Maybe I'll launch it in the Base network, or maybe I'll launch it on Bitcoin where the community is hardcore. Or maybe no, wait, Solana is the deal, right? This is where everything is happening. You will be able to do just that in Jungle in one single place. And I'm
Wow.
not talking about years. I'm hardly talking about months. It's all happening very in public. Um,
Yep.
I think you guys brought us last time in here, and there were some experiences that were ready. We showed it, and for our community, they know that when we build something, we put it in front of them, and it's very important for us because we are not a mega marketing company with hundreds of thousands of dollars to be spent on marketing. We need that feedback, the immediate feedback, that growth along with us. So because of the many aspects of this environment, Aaron has already been working with chat and social media like experiences for a long time. It's already part of the ecosystem. Him and Audi have been working with AI for a long time. They have already deployed some of these AI concepts in the past. It's already part of the ecosystem. We have been playing games in which we have multiplayers, hundreds of people clicking very rapidly for a very long time, which can completely bring down most systems out there. We ticked all those boxes. So now you can see the building, all these experiences piling up together, coming to the conclusion that you just described, Yagobi, which is this platform where you are going to be able to create your game and deploy it, hopefully seamlessly and very shortly.
That's interesting.
It sounds awesome, 100%. So, let's talk about exactly. Let's start with the dashboard and kind of go from there, if you guys don't mind. If you guys have some, go start showing the screens.
Yes.
All right, I'm gonna add it to the screen here. All right, so what are we looking at here? It looks like the Jungle dashboard. Is that correct?
Yeah. So this is our XP part. So this is our website, guys. Pretty simple here.
So currently, what can you do with the homepage? Is it more informational? There's a demo, it looks like, but there's also kind of go ahead.
Yeah. So we got a little demo here that shows, in essence, it's going to be. The experience would be, to make your own game.
Okay.
Very simple. Great. Your email. I don't think there's sound, right? I did turn the sound off, so that should be good.
Yeah.
So here, they're just going to choose racing.
Okay.
I'm happy to guide them if you would like me to.
Oh, go ahead. Sure.
Yeah, so this interface is really simplistic. So what it's trying to do is to gather information from you to fill up a template. So you are using it to talk to our chatbot AI to generate your initial version of your game. It asks you simplistic questions like what do you want to call it? What kind of game is it? What
Let's try it
environment?
again.
That's okay. So it asks you simplistic questions like um, what do you want to call it? How many players do you want in it? What kind of game is it? And there will be a list of templates already made, or you can already customize it if you have coding experience. If you don't, you can literally just choose one of these templates and it will guide you through it. Again, what you want to call it, how many players, what's the environment? Is it going to be city? Is it going to be snowy? Is it going to be a futuristic environment? Then once you decide the basics, it asks you things like, do the players have to have any special features? Do they have any special powers? If not, then it asks you, what do they have to do to win? For instance, in this case, we are trying to make a racing game. We said that if you go around 3 times, you win, and if you take the wrong line, a lightning strike might hit you. And it can be as absurd as that. The system will then generate a initial version of your content of your game, and from that version, you can then refine it. You have it in your own dashboard, and then you can refine it with. I don't like the name, and maybe I'll change the name. Maybe I feel like the actual imagery is a bit too sharp. I want it more Pixar-like or more cartoonish. You can refine that too. You can add music. You can add more dynamics, right? Maybe let's put some bombs or some non-playable characters inside it. All that makes the evolution of your game until you come to a point when you say, I really like it or dislike it. If you dislike it, obviously you can discard it. But if you do like it, you can turn into an NFT on the different networks that we talked about, Base, Solana, and Bitcoin first, and evolve into others in the future. You can then decide to sell it, or you can decide to deploy it. If you deploy it, you can decide to have a token or not with it. If you do decide to have a token, the dashboard also asks you, do you want to launch the token before the game so that you raise game for marketing your game? And if you maybe you have a strong following, maybe it's something that you want to do. And then once you deploy your token, you have a bonding curve process, very very similar to Virtuous Protocol. So if you guys are watching this today and you missed the wave, missed the Virtuous Protocol hype, which I know is going very well,
It's still going
maybe
on.
this is something that you want to look into, because the concept is actually quite similar, except that they back themselves up with AI agents that they tokenize, and obviously there is a certain degree of speculations that some might not be comfortable with. In the meantime, here you will know that when a token has completed a bonding curve, there is a game behind it. There's something backing it up. So you have a bit more information, more metrics, more consistency to try and protect yourself from, the infamous rugs that we see out there.
Yeah. Dude, I actually love that because you can actually see, especially if you show the metrics and you're like, this game just launched an hour ago and there's 1,000 active players
Exactly.
right now or something. Then you're jumping on the hype of this thing, right? So that's
Exactly.
awesome.
And you
Uh,
can see who created it as well. There will be spaces for people to add their
X account and stuff.
X account. Exactly.
Well, let
Exactly.
me let me let me ask you this. So, is there going to be a section into the deployment process to where this game creator can build like a fee earning model into it? Because
Mhm.
I like that's obviously what you would want if you have like a great idea, right? And
Exactly.
if they can earn fees, then they want their game to succeed because then that's a business for them at that point, right?
Absolutely.
And then if they launch the token, it's like a flywheel at that point because
100%.
they want their game to succeed because of the fees that they're earning, but then the tokens the people that are into the token or want to buy the token are looking at their metrics and saying, hey man, this game's generating this much fees or has this much users, so there's a possible flywheel in this mechanism.
So
So
the idea,
yeah,
oh,
go for it. No, you go.
so,
Go.
so the idea is for the product developer to actually be able to control their own contracts. So for example, if I want to launch a game and I want to put some sale tax or buy tax, I can. And that's, these taxes are really good, especially for nowadays, because maybe you don't raise a lot of money to do marketing, but yet the revenue from the taxes, you can use that to do your marketing, things like that.
Yeah, not only that, but you touched on some very important things in there. So, what are the hardest things to do when you are building games? And if you are a genuine game builder out there, you will sympathize with what I'm gonna say. The hardest thing is actually not building your game. The hardest thing is not actually getting developers to create the crazy idea that you have in your mind. Is to create the hardest thing is to create a business model around your game that's actually profitable. The idea of generating a token is awesome, that's okay. But the idea of creating a subscription or creating taxes on your transactions, even better, creating collections of assets that you can sell to be playable on your game, and even more powerful, if your characters of your game could go through a portal and appear in someone else's game. This is the true power of what we're bringing. Because when people say, when you say to someone at a party, "Hey man, you're gonna be able to create a game," and the guy thinks, "Oh, I can create a game. How am I going to develop a profitable go-to-market, strategy? How am I going to put it in front of thousands of people?" This is how what you're seeing right now in the screen is the beginning of the aggregator, where your game, when consolidated, will be appearing alongside other great experiences out there. And because there are many other games from other chains that are already coming to be part of this, you're going to instantly have access to hundreds, if not thousands, of people that are going to see your game and going to be trying that, and you're going to have a model to back it up without any coding ability. That is the true power of what you're seeing and of what you're seeing, and you spot that very well, Yagobi.
Yeah, I mean that's what I kind of envisioned when I heard the idea, and I can see right there that you have four examples, kind of right off the bat, that some of these other people that have the ideas, because at this point, like it's like the evolution of apps too, or the evolution of websites, right? When you first started the websites in the early 2000s or late 90s, but really early 2000s when the momentum started to build. People had great ideas, but they didn't have the developer skills to build it. And then you had your templates to build your own, and that still wasn't customizable enough. But like you get to a point to where these website builders can make like the WordPresses, the Wixes got a lot better, and you start seeing some businesses thrive out of that. So this is something that can happen here. I think incorporating that Launchpad mechanism. And the one thing I would say is keep your focus on the sustainability for these builders, right? Because at the end of the day, a flywheel is great, but also the runway is what matters if someone's really serious about it, right?
100%.
So like your burn rate, and now they don't have to go out and try to raise from like all these VCs. They can
Hmm.
do it off of their hard work by
Hmm.
creating this fee mechanism, or maybe you guys have a creator fee that
Hmm.
they can earn or something.
Yeah,
Hmm.
creator fee.
Yeah,
That'd be
the
awesome.
creator fee would be amazing
Hmm.
if they got like maybe like a 1% off of the token exchanging
Of
and stuff
course.
like that.
Hmm.
And then that's just, now they don't have to worry about runway as much. And that's the biggest problem I've seen. And
Hmm.
Shizzy can probably attest to this too, is that we've interviewed tons of founders.
Hmm.
And the good thing about you guys is you guys have figured out how to extend your runways and get to where you are today. But there's a
Hmm.
lot of founders that had great ideas that didn't know how to do that, or maybe they
Hmm.
mismanaged their burn rate for a little bit and they ended up
Hmm.
having to quit. So this is a good
Yeah.
option for sure.
It is a tough world. Um, what I also see, and that's more my perspective. I'm not speaking for the project. Speaking as Higuana. Is that a lot of people they come kind of blindly from the Web 2 world, and they think that they are in an environment that's full of professionals developing professional things, and people with expectations that you normally see in the Web 2 world. And then you get to here and you realize that you are kind of, it's a challenge, it's a race. It's a race that depends on timing, right? There's a marketing timing that you have to time. There's a community skill that you have to have. It's not just building they come. It's not like that.
Mm-mm.
um, and it takes years of good self-management and discipline and calm to be able to mature and get to where you are. And that's why I'm so glad to be working alongside this guy. So sometimes every day we sit down and we chat and we look into what's the trend, where's the market, what can we release of the ecosystem today, and how are we going to be releasing it? Because every single little movement, every single move, every single little release can either have the power of bringing 500 1,000 people to your community, or it can be completely wasted. And that in web 3, it can be unforgivable sometimes.
100,000%.
Yep.
It's definitely way more dog eat dog.
It's dog eat dog.
Yeah, at the point we're at right now. But I do think eventually, as it gets
It
stronger and
does,
bigger, we'll get
for
more
sure.
to what you're and people from Web 2, because I come from Web 2
Yeah.
too, is more used to, right? And that just comes from stronger infrastructure and ecosystem growth. But I see that there's 4 kind of examples of what like it could look like if a new game person with a game idea came in here. You got the Bit
Yep.
Avatar, Bitmap, was that Bitmap Studio? Sorry. I know that one's coming soon. Then you have the infamous Cypher Striker that we play typically
Yes, son.
every Tuesday, and that's definitely been able to grow community. We've had some people that are like really love to kind of have community during that hour, right? And kill each other. But it's fun for
What a
sure.
community.
And yeah, I mean, like it was a Webdro and his boy and
Yeah.
Aaron constantly tearing us apart. But and then you have the Bitverse there next to it. But one thing that we wanted to hit on is the Bitcoin Derby for this episode, because a big release came out, right? And if you could maybe get into that, talk about the release and being able to feed the characters
Sure.
now, and where we are with the advancement of this game.
Sure. One thing that I wanted to just say before we move away from that website is, Aaron, if you may just quickly go up to the top, is just to show the comprehensiveness of what's coming in this environment today. If you go to Jungle, it's not just about seeing what games are going to come and see what can be done, but part of the economy of what it all entices is already being deployed. One is when you launch the AIXP, your little dashboard. And what happens in there is, as part of the ecosystem, every game that comes in, every experience, whether it is Foxxi.social in the future, whether it is staking on any of the games, every little task becomes something that you can collate and talk about. And every task becomes a little square in this little dashboard. As a user right now, I invite everybody to go in there, go to jungle.world, launch your own dashboard. You're going to connect it. You're going to connect your X account, and you're going to start collating XP points. Those XP points, they're going to turn into an asset that you can swap for rewards or assets in the games that you play, and will qualify you to our future airdrop. So you start farming, you start yapping, you start playing with this dashboard, and just for holding some of our NFTs, being part of playing the games, you already qualifying for many of these tasks. So why not collect these? Why not be part of this big ecosystem, right? As this ecosystem grows and more games come, so for the content creator, for the game creator, you will also be able to see your tasks in here, leveraging what you are creating, leveraging your token, which can be paired against our token or against Bitcoin. And then you have this big ecosystem that where everything is connected. And I don't know if you noticed as well in the previous page, you had a marketplace environment which is coming. The marketplace, which has a very familiar format, is a place where if you have your game, if you have your content, you want to launch a collection of skins or anything or assets for your game, you will be able to sell it here. So literally, you as a creator, why reinvent the wheel? Why have to build everything again? Come to one place, just let your ideas flow, create partnerships, spend time on the activities that actually make it count for being profitable, and just use everything that's in here. And again, we are not talking about months. We are inviting you guys right now. Come talk to us. Tell us your idea, because the more the ideas with the biggest hype, the type of games with the biggest the hype behind them are the ones that are going to have the first templates available in this. So
Absolutely.
yeah, I just, before going to Bitcoin Derby, I just wanted to show you guys that these are things that people can just go there and do it right now.
Yeah, that's
Love it.
awesome.
Yeah,
I
man.
love the marketplace too. It's like, as the creator, there's multiple ways for you to earn and sustain your business, because that's what's going to be at the end. So
Yeah,
It's like you were
absolutely.
saying, right? You need that model. Um, but then
absolutely.
but then we have this thing, which is one of our flagship games. It's a game just like Cypher Striker that tries to demonstrate everything that Jungle is capable of doing. So, for those that don't know, this is Bitcoin Derby. Bitcoin Derby is a place where you can own, race, trade, breed, stake, and bet on ordinal horses that we call equinals. When you own equinal, which you can go and get it today at Magic Eden, you will have them all exhibited in this dashboard. A dashboard is actually evolving soon, so a bit of alpha for the community. You guys are going to be seeing a completely new dashboard over the next few days. And when you see that, you're going to be able to shuffle in them and see the whole horse within your screen, which we thought was a cool experience. If you don't have an Equino, don't worry. Still go in there, because you will get a trainee horse, which is the little bottom horse in there. It has less benefits. It can run on paid races. It has a few less benefits to the Equinos. The Equinos, they can be bet on. They can be staked. There'll be stake coming later in this month. They have this whole ability of being renamed as well, and now you can feed them. Today, you can select your ordinal, sorry, your equino, and you get to this beautiful, lovely stable. This is your stable. If your horse is not a legendary, this one specifically is legendary. If your horse is not legendary, you can rename it. Um, if you do have a legendary, there's only 58 of them, so they are very, very precious, and they cannot be renamed because they are part of a lore. There will be a story that will come later on, and they all have their own lives and their own story and how they impact the bigger story. But the release that we had just yesterday is that we wanted to start testing the multiplayer, high activity, and high heavy graphics within the ecosystem. And so we created this tiny experience, um, which we call the feeding minigame. And feeding basically means you can select a horse, you can enter the feeding mode, which means clicking on copy link, that will give you a little link that you can actually share with anyone. You can put it on Twitter, because no one needs to connect their wallet or do any logins. You literally get their link and you end up in this amazing 3D environment, which is a lot of where Bitcoin Derby will exist within what was once known as the Bitverse. And in there, you have this bubble with a carrot inside. So you basically have to pop this bubble about, the formula is 500 times for a carrot. Sounds like a
Mhm.
lot, but some people do that in 30 seconds. And when you get one, when
Not
you get
me.
a,
Wait,
when you
wait,
get,
wait. So do you
hmm,
have to click your mouse to pop it?
500
yeah,
times.
yeah,
If you use your
yeah,
Oh,
phone,
yeah.
if you use
Have you
your
heard
phone,
of
you can double tap it.
Have you heard of popcat.click? I don't know if you've ever seen
no.
that game before. Oh,
No.
it's hilarious. I don't know if Aaron, you have a chance to open it. People have played this game, you know, millions of times. It's basically
I'm not sitting there
click on this cat,
500
I
times.
and then
I might need to get the gloves and start doing
oh no,
No, I'm
the
you
just,
gotta
roll
develop
strategy.
your techniques. Develop your
dude,
techniques.
I'm not doing this, bro.
Uh,
I love this, but I'm not sitting there.
but when you complete 10 carrots, Then you get something called the boost, and the boost is your ability to increase any of your traits prior to racing. And so, if you are betting, right, a very important element for us is that when there is wagering in the game, that people clearly are capable of giving themselves an advantage. That's not pure luck. Pure luck is gambling. Gambling is illegal in many places. That's not what we are bringing to you guys. We are bringing to you guys a proof of work game in which you can teach your horse how to race. You can work hard to earn boost to be able to boost your horse, and so you have an advantage when you go racing. And if you choose the right races against the right opponents, you have an even bigger chance. So that's the first thing that's very important for us to establish. And the second thing is this technology of entering the 3D LLM or open world is something that's going to be um, a common denominator among all the games within Jungle. So when you enter the feeding area for your Equino, there might be a portal into Cypher Striker. There might be a
So
portal into something else within the Bitverse. Maybe even a portal to something that you guys created.
yeah.
This is where the importance of building in public is so important, because we launched it yesterday. And Aaron, I don't know if you remember, but you have a rough idea of how many clicks we had um, since yesterday. There was a number flying around in our group earlier.
It's ridiculous.
It
10
was
million?
something like
No, just kidding.
it was not that ridiculous,
Yeah. That's too many.
No, but
But
I think
it's in like close to the 100,000s if we don't
yeah,
count the 2 million that was
yes.
testing.
malicious.
There's
Uh,
Was
there's
very detected.
well,
million malicious ones that we had to remove.
that girl is super athletic though. She'd be like she does like a flip in the middle of the air. I love it.
So I want this is super important, right? This right here, what you're looking at is Bitverse. Basically, everyone that you see, they're gonna have their own piece of land. You can see like we haven't added the borders yet, but eventually we will. And people are going to be able to have your neighbors, and your neighbors can actually build their own game. So, for example, right here we can see Cyber Striker right out here, right? Or right here we could have, Bitmap
Would
Studios game over here.
but would
So
that custom character be able to go into that game?
yes,
Wow.
Wow.
That's
yeah,
that's definitely different.
it is, and
That's
it's super simple. Like anything that you wish to upload, you just upload it right straight through here. Upload a file, and you'll be able to use it any kind of ordinal. It's really cool.
Oh, that
And
makes
NFT.
sense. So that the graphics will automatically kind of like integrate into the next game or whatever of that ordinal
Yeah,
because it recognizes the ordinal.
exactly.
Wow, that's
and
dude, that's
there are some
crazy.
ordinal communities already working with us. They understand the proposition. Um, Hence us, guys, the Bitcoin ecosystem. I know it's big, and I'm not saying that it's not the most
Well, someone else
passionate
here.
in the world, but I would love that more and more communities came and got interested in this, got invested in this. Because imagine if we all get together, it's a force to reckon with. Separated, maybe we're not the strongest because the Bitcoin community is not huge. It's big, but when you compare it with Solana, when you compare it with Base or Ethereum, you understand that we are not a huge community. But if you bring everyone together and their experiences, which can have their complete life, like Aaron was saying, you can literally be the owner of what's happening. You're the owner of your contract. You're the owner of your token. So it's an amazing opportunity for us to really leverage each other.
Absolutely. Especially, I mean, like imagine getting like a puppet in there with like running with one of those little
Precisely.
knives or something and like you know what I mean, and then jumping all of a sudden into Cyber Striker and then like you could use it as a weapon. I don't know.
How cool
But
is
That'd
that?
be pretty cool. Yeah.
That's
yeah.
so possible.
It's so
Puppet
fun.
guy, puppet guys, you heard this, right? Come talk to us.
Oh, this is
Yeah,
cool.
man.
Yeah. So we now finalize the initial feeding experience. It's out there. It's evolving actually today. Already is busy behind the scenes, launching the new version of it, which is gonna come with a new dashboard, and it's gonna be a bit easier for you to get there because we found that UX wise it can be a little bit better.
Yeah.
Um, but then next week we are going to be working with the launch of the community stallions. So some communities from Bitcoin and beyond will have a stallion with an accessory that identifies them as the stallion of that community. And they are going to be able to use ask the community to feed their stallion, giving it a lot of boosts, so that when we have the upcoming community races, again, not years away, just a couple of months. The community races, only community stallions take part. They take part automatically. All those stallions belong to the communities, but they are brought in for these community races. And the communities with the biggest amount of boosts are very likely to win. So it's going to be a very fun way of engaging everybody ahead of the open races, because community races come, they test the ecosystem, they make sure that everything is nice and smooth, and then we let everybody come in and enjoy the experience of actually racing their well-fed horses.
Nice, nice. So is the community testing group, is that closed, or maybe if someone's listening and wants to get involved with that, is it still open or is it closed off right now?
Absolutely open. Everything here is for you guys to come and join. For those that have met me in these events like Bitcoin Vegas, and I was in Lisbon as well, they will know that I am far from being a cabal kind of guy. This is open to any community. It doesn't matter if you are a 300,000 BTC type of volume, or if you are, a 0.001 BTC volume. We are here to create these experiences and build something together. It's for you to own and for us to be able to build this bigger ecosystem with you. Our model is user generated content. Is not putting huge fees on your people, on your community. So come and talk to us. That's what we are, constantly engaging for. That's most of my time actually. Um, Aaron gives me the time to go talk to the people that are interested in supporting the idea, as well as those that want to get into the idea, while him and Ordi are building every day. So reach out. I keep my DMs on both Twitter and Telegram open. Let's build, guys. Let's get this stuff um off the ground together to be the biggest thing that it can possibly be. It's there,
Exactly.
ready.
Yeah,
Love
man,
it.
that's phenomenal, guys. Really awesome that you guys are building this. This is really awesome. I would love to give you guys a stage one last time. We'll start with you, Aaron, man. What do you got?
Oh man, as usual, thank you guys for watching us and helping support us, right? Because that's actually the best thing that we need. You enjoy what we do, just give us a follow, retweet our stuff, and help support us. Um, we're always going to be trying to launch the best tech available for you guys. If something is like, for example, AIs, everything that comes out that's really advanced, we're always trying to be head front towards that. So just really appreciate you guys. Thank you for always being with us and trusting us and continue supporting us.
Yeah, man, 100%. And like you guys giving people the opportunity to play for free, right? That's the biggest thing. You guys can go there, check it out. You know, spend a dime, go over there, play the races. You guys do the feeding process, a lot of free stuff. But that's the biggest thing. Go over there, mess with it. But Iguana, man, any last words?
Thank you for having us, guys. For you guys out there that are still listening, go and interact with the feeding app. Get your Equinol. If you want the full experience, there are prizes to be won. The people on the top of the leaderboard of the feeding, there's $100 first place, $50 second place, $25 third place, and random merch to be spread between the participants. So you don't need to be at the top, but you just need to be participating for a chance to win stuff. And then you're going to be able to build this thing with us, because your experiences, your clicking, your viewing, everything is stress testing what we're building, and all that helps. Otherwise, Yagobi, cheesy man, it's always a pleasure. it feels like, just talking with my mates, sharing ideas. That's how we get to places, and I really appreciate you guys. Thanks for having us.
Absolutely. Thank you both for joining us today and breaking down for the audience here. And we'll talk to you both soon.
Thank you, guys.
Take it
See you
easy.
guys. Man, absolutely amazing. I just want to thank those guys again, coming on, man, and like showcasing stuff that they're building. It's awesome. It's really cool to kind of be able to see this stuff, before it's out, before it's built. And I mean, we've seen these type of derbies before, but let's see if these guys are successful. They seem like they're 100% in, and they seem like they're really trying to build something here.
Exactly. And the thing is that we've known these builders and they have stuck around through the toughest times, right? And typically, previous cycles, whenever times get tough with games like this, they bail. And that's the thing, is that they haven't, what they've done is continually built out, made the experience better. And so I expect nothing but, that from them here on out.
Yeah.
And so excited about that. But we thank you guys for hanging out with us for this episode. We hope that you guys are excited like we are for, that possible launch pad as well, and all these amazing features and updates that you heard. But we thank you for hanging out with us. But we ask if you could check out our partners. We greatly appreciate that, as it helps us continually do what we love to do. And Sats Terminal is our first partner I'm going to talk about here. They are a DEX aggregator. If you're going to try to swap for runes, you got to do it at satsterminal.com. Right now, you're going to find the most liquid runes, the cheapest runes, and you can earn Amber points as they've started their Amber is Forever campaign. So if it's your first time connecting your wallet to Sats Terminal, you'll get 1,000 Amber points. And Amber points go towards something alpha. That's what they said we're allowed to say. But you guys know what that means when it comes to points and new projects. So put 2 and 2 together there, guys. You can also swap for Alkanes. Alkanes has been hot. Smart contract meta protocol on Bitcoin. They have the Alchemist token on here that has been really hot. Also, you can look forward to new release information about the bridge and staking as well. So head over to statsterminal.com and dive in there. And then BetBTC is the predictions marketplace for the Bitcoin ecosystem. All you need some Bitcoin, a Bitcoin wallet, and 6 Bitcoin blocks, and you can start placing bets right away. All you got to do is head over to betbtc.win, connect your wallet, have that Bitcoin in there, and you can start placing bets on their Blitz markets. Their Blitz markets is a 10-minute market where you get to choose either Bitcoin, BNB, or Solana. And you lock in that price. You get 10 minutes to lock in the price to go either up or down. You choose, and then additional 10 minutes to see if you won. But there's going to be amazing features that are coming in the near future, and that is create your own markets, which you can earn 1.5% of the total volume. Guys, I'm super excited about that, because you're going to have an opportunity to create a path for your own success with that, right? And as well as refer a friend, and you can earn 1% there. Head over to betbtc.win, dive into their docs, join the community on their Discord as well. And then Emblem Vault is the interoperability tooling for the Bitcoin ecosystem, focused primarily on ordinals. You're going to be able to jump your Bitcoin frogs, node monks, puppets from Bitcoin layer 1 to base to abstract to Bitcoin layer 2 Merlin and Ethereum. They actually had the first collection from the ordinal side to Ethereum with the Taproot Wizard collection there. But you're going to be able to also use Agent AI Hustle with the vaulting. He's going to be able to help you with that once they integrate the Bitcoin tech stack to Agent Hustle. But right now, you can use Agent Hustle to help you venture through the jungles of Solana, the trenches, right? He's a research tool. He can find you tokens. He can break down the tokens for you. Can really give you just really in-depth analysis. So use him right now. You can go to agenthustle.ai. And it's free now, but eventually there will be the token integrated into the product, and you'll have to, utilize the token to access it. But it's free now, so check that out. And then lastly, don't forget about their rune, that TGE that's coming out in September of this year. If you head over to emblem.vision, you can learn about all those products and services I just told you about. And then Artura.finance is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. You're going to be able to trade fungible tokens from Bitcoin like Doggo to the Moon, Billion Dollar Cat, Ordi, and Sats. And also popular tokens outside of the ecosystem like Tau, XRP, Ethereum. But if you don't want to trade tokens and you want to be more of a passive earner, you can do so by adding liquidity to their vaults at Artura.finance. But make sure you join their community Discord, and you can really, get some tips from some experienced traders there. Also, they're going to be launching on Botonic's Bitcoin Layer 2 very soon, and after that, Hemi. So make sure you head over to arturo.finance to learn more today. And then Fluid Tokens are the UTXO wizard devs of the Bitcoin ecosystem that started on Cardano and then moved their way to Bitcoin, but they're building on both. They're the first to offer retail staking vaults to users. And so if you did stake your dog or the moon on Bitcoin Layer 1 through Fluid, make sure you claim that, because claiming is available now. You'll get your original stake tokens plus the reward in one transaction. If you're a creator, a founder of an ordinal collection, or you etched a rune with an established community, it can be a small one, but it has to be an established community. Head over to their Discord right now. Ask them how to get a staking vault set up for your community. They have a team waiting to answer all your questions. On the Cardano side, you can actually participate in the Aquarium platform there and earn Babel fees. And don't forget, on the Bitcoin side as well, you can utilize their airdrop tool for runes. If you are a founder, you can airdrop runes easily to your community there. Head over to fluidtokens.com to learn more today. And then Tokyo Wallet is the multi-chain smart wallet. If you have an Apple iPhone, head over to the Apple App Store. If you have an Android, head over to the Google Play Store. Download the app and try it out. Let us know how you feel about it. They have built this app for UI, UX, and guess what? They have built it for Cardano, Bitcoin, and there's more ecosystems to come, guys. So you can actually trade for the SNEC token or other Cardano tokens directly into the wallet, or you can trade for Doggo to the Moon or other runes directly into the wallet, because they have partnered with Sats Terminal and aggregators on Cardano as well, guys. It's an amazing app. You can find Alpha. You can find us on there. You can find other YouTube channels as well. Head over to Tokyo.io today to learn more. And then Merlin Chain's uniting Bitcoin's strength with the power of AI, utilizing their 0.03 wizard AI tool that can navigate you through Merlin Chain. It can help you stake. And speaking of staking, if you go to merlinchain.io and click on the staking tab, you have two options there. You have flexible, which is day-to-day. It does take 7 days to withdraw your Merl token after you have deposited it if you want to withdraw, but it is a day-to-day flexible plan there. Or they have the bonded plan, which is a 6-month locked up token plan, but you earn 45% on the bonded, and you can collect your rewards on a day-to-day basis that way. The flexible, you earn 15% APR, so that's the difference. But yeah, really awesome APR for proof of stake. And look out for the Merlin Chain team, man. They have a bunch of great partnerships there. They've been added to the Wrap Bitcoin DAO. They're a part of the Bitcoin, or not the Bitcoin, the Binance Alpha group. It's just a lot of great stuff happening over there. And then lastly, our integrated partners in JUNGL, formerly Foxxi AI, still building the metaverse on Bitcoin called the Bitverse, and the first-person shooter game called Cypher Striker, with the addition of Bitcoin Derby, which you saw today. And then Ordinal Hive is the aggregator ordinal marketplace, where you're going to be able to find the cheapest ordinals around. They do something similar to Sats Terminal, but with ordinals, and they have amazing trader tools. So make sure you check out Ordinal Hive. Thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man, as always. And if you guys have a few more minutes and wouldn't mind checking out OnChainRevolution.io, it's some of the best articles, guys. Articles dating all the way back to 2023. Come here. You guys can actually learn everything that you might have missed, all in order from time to time. Go grab a random one. You can kind of see what was happening during that time. It's absolutely awesome. But we do have a brand new one that just launched. It's Alkanes, guys. Alkanes is a WASM smart contract on Bitcoin Layer 1. It's actually really cool. We're digging in. We don't really know too much about it yet, but this article right here will kind of get you caught up to exactly where we are. So definitely check it out there. And if you guys need a VPN, check out the NordVPN. It's my personal favorite. I use it every single day. I do not go to any site without my VPN on. I do not want people getting my IP, which could lead them to my personal address. We're Bitcoiners at the end of the day. We don't want that. We don't want people to know where we live. It's stupid. If you guys need merch, kind of lounge around in the house with or go to events with, we have some of the best merch in all of crypto, not just ordinals. Check everything out here at OnChainRevolution.io. And guys, we are live Monday to Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. Until tomorrow.
Peace.
OnChain Revolution roll call, market recap. You not bullish enough, no. You're not bullish enough, no. Look at the price go, Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action rolling. Don't fall for bear trap. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. OnChain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How did the market react? Fear and greed gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and arching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction. OnChain Revolution.